What's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 1, The Reunion, Part 1. Yeah. I love when it's the first season of a reunion special. You guys, it's always raw and uncut. Motherfuckers don't know how to act. They want to fight every 15 minutes. They clothes don't always be exactly right. Set be fucked up. I said, Mona, girl, you couldn't do better with this set. I mean, I know it was supposed to be Miami, but it had that old, real cheesy beach luau look to it, okay? Just a whole bunch of straw and colors and everything. I was just like, this ain't it, Mona. But like I said, it's season 1. Next season it's gonna be a totally different thing. Watch. We still got Nina as the host. And I thought Nina looked cute with her little curly hair. I said, look at Nina trying something new. Anyway, you guys, child, they was fighting their ass off on this episode. I think I counted 6 fights. Okay, maybe even 7. We gonna tally them up at the end of this review. And speaking of review, let's get to it, shall we? Now, Trina, you guys, I never know what to expect with Trina. Sometimes Trina be on point from the head to the toe, okay? And other times Trina be looking like I don't know what. This was a combination of the two. I wasn't quite ready to say exactly how I felt about Trina's fashions because I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Now, she had the platinum blonde hair, and I think I was okay with that. But her outfit, what was it, y'all? Was it a dress? Was it a jumpsuit? I remember I saw some black, glitter and something going on up here. I couldn't figure exactly out what it was, child. Anyways, she's talking about her relationship with Bobby, okay, her cousin. Now, they made it seem like they grew up together on the damn show. Turns out that Trina really just met him recently, that he is a cousin on her father's side. I guess she did not know him until they were adults. So that might be a little bit of the reason why Trina didn't feel much loyalty to him and that he might have been asking too much. Now, I understood that as well. Just because now all of a sudden we cousins don't think that, I'm supposed to be just up here big upping you, and especially if you're going to be acting a fool. When they asked Bobby how he felt about that, Bobby did admit that maybe he didn't put 20 on 10, okay? Maybe he did too much, all right? And I was like, I like Bobby for that. And even Trick was like, that's big of you to say something like that. Trick, you know how he feels about Bobby. He feels like Bobby has talent, but he feels like Bobby, by him being an openly gay guy in this hip-hop industry, it might pose some issues for Mr. Bobby. But I think Bobby, if he would just settle down just a little bit, I don't want him to lose his character in the way that he is, but if he just calmed the fuck down a little bit, because when he's just calm and just chill and just funny, then, we enjoy him. So, they get back to Trina, ask her exactly why she just was so adamant on not helping him. And she was just like, I'm fine now. We even talking about doing some music together. Everybody was surprised about that. She was just like, but he just sort of like a bugaboo. He just aggravating. Like he always, just picking. And Bobby was like, well, I'm not like him over there. That's the most aggravating one over there. Okay, talking about Alvin. Alvin is the assistant. You guys remember Alvin? And I was just like, now Alvin, he is way more aggravating. He was like that even on the episode. But like I said, maybe Trina felt more loyal to him because he had been working with her for years. But all of a sudden, Alvin is just really going off on Bobby. And I'm trying to understand, what is the fight about? What are y'all fucking arguing about? And Bobby is kind of laughing at Alvin because Alvin is really doing the most, okay? I guess he was trying to get his 15 fucking minutes of fame. Child, next thing you know, he jump up and he in full lean running across over there to Bobby. Child, if he didn't look like the road runner, I said, child, somebody get Alvin. Of course, security was not going to let him get over there. Bobby was like, don't play with me, nigga. It ain't fixing to happen. And really, if you look at Bobby looked like he could really hurt Alvin. Okay, Alvin is short and stout. He ain't got no reach or nothing. How tall is Bobby? Does anybody know? The crazy thing about it is the whole time that Bobby and Alvin was in their little, scuffle, Trina the whole time is telling Bobby, calling Bobby's name, telling Bobby to sit down. Bobby ain't did shit. Bobby was just like, I've been sitting over here the whole time. I ain't done nothing. I'm using my words. Okay, that's what y'all always like to say. You need to use your words. You don't need to be hitting nobody. Okay, that's the nigga that's running his ass over here to me. I was just like, Trina, stop giving Bobby such a hard time. I mean, Bobby can be inflammatory, I suppose, but you ain't still got to be going off on the boy. The boy ain't did nothing. Check Alvin's big old stupid ass. Then they'll get him to sit down. This is how stupid it was. So they sit down, and Nina's trying to figure out exactly what is the problem between the two of them. All right, what is the beef? Bobby was like, I don't have no problem with him. Okay, I don't know what his problem is. And then Alvin was like, well, I guess I don't have a problem with him either. I was just like, so you done ran your ass over there, scuffed up your blue shoes, all of that out of breath, tired, and then sit down and decide that you ain't got a problem with him either. What was you doing all that fighting for? Child, just as ridiculous as the day is long. So I guess now Alvin and Bobby is good. Trick said y'all need to get together and go out and get you some niggas, okay? Quit all this fucking fighting. Like I said, maybe they just needed to get out some aggression. We got Pretty Ricky and we got Bucky and her hair. Child, I was going to spend a whole bunch of time on Bucky and her hair. But you know what? Bucky and her hair is title, her name. That's her namesake. It explains why we have called her Bucky and her hair. We call her that because Bucky and her hair is always fucked up. Child, I don't know what exactly was going on with Bucky. Now look, y'all know I got struggle edges. We done discussed it plenty of times, okay? I have thought about doing that shaved on one side and doing the whole weave look. But the whole reason why I haven't is because really you have to have the look. Like you have to be able to pull off that look. All right, we've seen Rihanna do it successfully. We've seen a lot of people do it successfully. But like I said, that has to be, you know how like boho is a certain look. The whole naturalista is a certain look. You got your extremely fashionable. You know, everybody's kind of got their sporty look. That shaved look ain't for everybody. But that shit wasn't even for Bucky and her hair last night. I said, what the fuck? Now it was like this braid. I don't understand why she put... What is the purpose of this braid that's coming around here? Was that to cover up the track? And child, it was clean shaven. That was one thing about when I used to wear my short hair. There's a way to have your hair shaved on the side so it still doesn't look so masculine. Like somebody ain't just got a fucking razor and just butchered the fuck out the side of your head. I mean, ain't nothing there. Just shadow. And then it was pulled into I think it was pulled into a ponytail. So I never saw the other side, I don't think. But I think the other side might have been shaved too. It was a fucking mess. I said, Bucky and her hair. Girl, you must really, I think Bucky and her hair might be trolling us. Like, you must really want us to look at your hair and say, girl, your hair's fucked up. Okay, maybe she know about her name, Bucky and her hair. But she was just like, fuck it, I'm going to just go all the way with it. It was a mess. Everybody on Instagram was talking about it. Anyway. Let me get on back to Pretty Ricky. So Pretty Ricky, you know, they talk about the reason why they broke up, the reason why most boy bands, most girl groups, boy groups break up is because it's always one that's more talented. You know, people's egos get in the way. People start getting in others' ear. There's all this separation. Next thing you know, the group breaks up. Always happens. They all went their separate ways, but I think they're related in some kind of way. Some of them, you could tell them too. That unfortunate one. What's his name, y'all? He looked like in the one that's the one that you guys said had money in the in the technology field. Them two look exactly alike, so they must be brothers. And then I think Big Baby Swole is a cousin, and not Pretty Pleasure P must be some sort of... Anyway, supposedly they all are related, okay? So they done went, they separated, did whatever the fuck they did while they was off, and now they back. They say that they just did an album. They just finished an album. So, you know, many of you guys that like that grind with me, something, take your time with me. Okay. They got a new song coming, so y'all just hold on. Bucky and her hair, why you didn't want them to get back together? She said that was a mistake, okay? She really want them to work on it, you know, hopefully that they will continue to be together and make that money together. Okay, fine. But as far as her relationship with Pleasure P, she complained about the fact that Pleasure P didn't protect her. You know how she always goes on about every dude that she with, they don't be having her back, you know, they don't be looking out for her. You know, he was playing both sides of the fence by trying to be with Gabby and trying to be with her. She didn't feel like he had her back. Didn't speak out for her. And Big Baby Swole, y'all, I got a good look at Big Baby Swole. I said that is why this nigga look kind of crazy. These eyebrows. Who is filling his eyebrows in at the mall, y'all? They is real super duper thick, and they just, it is the strangest thing, child. I was just like, that's why. And then he kind of have like, I don't think he got fangs exactly, but he looked like Dracula a little bit. Just an extra puffy one. Anyway, Big Baby Swole said, Pleasure P couldn't say anything because he was in between a rock and a hard place with Gabby and Bucky and her hairs. Now, Liz is out there in the audience sitting next to Prince. Liz tried to say something, I think, in defense of Bucky and her hair. And Big Baby Swole, I don't know what I said, what the fuck is wrong with him? Now he all of a sudden, he just go off on Liz, telling her to shut up, okay, because he trying to talk between all the rest of them that's up there on stage, and you need to shut up. And then when Prince tried to jump in and protect Liz, then he was like, you sit down, sit down. I said, okay, I know for a fact that Big Baby Swole hit him a bitch in the mouth at least once or twice in his lifetime. You could not pay me to not think that he ain't beat a bitch ass at one point in his life. Okay, he just too aggressive. All the security was like, wait a minute, what are you yelling at her for? Because Bucky in the Hill was trying to say, that's my home girl. She always, she know about the situation. But Big Baby Swole was so upset with them, I guess, in intruding on his moment and him being able to speak, he was just really going off on it. I was just like, somebody get Big Baby Swole, okay? And then when he sat down, Nina was trying to get him to relax. Like, listen, everybody is going to have a moment where everybody can talk, you'll have yours. And he was just like, wait a minute, ain't nobody going to check me about no females. I don't care what you say. Ain't nobody fixing to check me about no woman. I said, ain't nobody trying to check you. They just trying to tell you to calm your big ass down for a few minutes so everybody can get a word in edgewise. I said, something is wrong with him. I said, do you know that Nina is a direct line to Mona? If Mona feels like you are disrespecting, and you really was already an extra. It wasn't like you are, any importance to this cast anyway. Nigga, you was really skating on thin ice. Child. After he thought about it for a minute, or somebody must have got in his ear real quick, then all of a sudden he apologizing. But I was like, something wrong with Big Baby Swole. That poor Nina got upset. Her voice got to shake, and she was like, I'm just trying to say that you going to have a moment to talk, and then she going to have a moment to talk. And I was just like, oh, Nina, they done got under your fucking skin, girl, and ran your pressure up, huh? Poor thing. So anyway, they had Gabby on the monitor. Gabby was like, I ain't coming down there for Bucky and her hair's wild ass to try to jump on me. Bottom line is Bucky and her hair and Pleasure P not together. Pleasure P and Gabby not together, even though Gabby was kind of making it seem like they hadn't talked and that they was, possibly gonna work on being back together. Big Baby Swole feels like she was just an opportunist. I can't understand what Big Baby Swole want exactly. But the whole thing with Gabby and Bucky and her hair was ridiculous. You are fighting with Gabby when really your problem should be with Pleasure P. He the one that's in the middle of it. Okay, Gabby was like, I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know he had a girlfriend, and next thing I know, you throwing ice cream at me. Bucky and her hair still never really understands the fact that you should not always be mad at the girl, especially when you haven't been clear about the relationship. So then all of a sudden, Puss in Boots jumps in. Okay, Boots tells her, well, you mad at the wrong person. You just want to be up there. You just want to be fighting everybody. You just want to be a bully. Okay, why she say that, y'all? Bucky and her hair wanted to be like, okay, let her have her 5 minutes. She want her 5 minutes, then go on and let her have it. Then Boots was like, bitch, I don't need 5 minutes. And she jump up, about to fight. And then, of course, Puss ain't gonna let that happen. Then Bucky and her hair was like, bitch, you shut up. We ain't even sure what you look like. Okay, I was just like, oh my God. Hey, let's have a conversation about Puss real quick. It's a couple of you guys that have been in my comments that said that Puss has not had any work done to her. That she looks like the if I'm not saying this correctly, I'm not trying to be shady. I just don't remember. But I think you guys said she looks like a Guyanese, like a Chinese Guyanese, am I saying that right? And that's how they look. Supposedly she has a son that looks exactly like her. When I look at her, I mean, I can see where there would be some, that might be a part of just how she looks. But when I look at her, she still looks like she's had work done to her face. Like, I just really feel like she's had any work. But some of you guys tell me that she hasn't. So let's take a little tally. What do you guys think? Do you think that is her actual face? Or do you think that she's had some work done? Because like I said, Boots looks like her, but Boots looks more, she doesn't look like she's had that much work done to her face. So but they both to me look like they've had work done. So I just, I don't want to keep on talking about, the way that they look, if that's just what they look like, child. But, if it's been some operations done, then maybe, y'all just, what y'all think? Let me know. What? What's up? Huh? Anyway, people act like they ain't never seen me do videos here. I do them every day, basically, in the damn parking lot at work. Anyway, you guys, Bucky and her hair, like I said, always an L. She looks so ridiculous. And to be a veteran on this show like that, you have really, child, it's such a bad look. It's a bad look. Now, we next move on to Jeffrey, Malik, and Bobby. So, Bobby, why did you immediately get physical with Jeffrey? Bobby says, he just kind of felt like Jeffrey was fooling around and was about to start fooling around. He felt like he needed to check him. And but if he had already known that they had been in a full-blown relationship, that he didn't miss that opportunity of checking a nigga because he was already doing what he wanted to do, then he probably would not have gotten physical. Maybe then he would have just been hurt, maybe had been crying or whatever. Jeffrey, why did you cheat on Bobby? Well, Jeffrey said that Bobby had never been around, and that's why his attention went elsewhere. As far as them breaking up, Jeffrey was like, I ain't never had nobody try to hit me. Okay, I ain't never been in no fight with nobody. That's why I reacted the way that I have, because I just have never been. My dad is in the music industry. Who'd you guys tell me his dad was again? I remember, but I can't remember the name right now. But he was just like, my dad has always been able to figure out his relationship with, my mom and all of that. I was just like, well, as a child, you don't always know the ins and outs of your parents' relationship, especially if your dad was a rapper. Cannot think of his name, but I'm sure daddy didn't have some skeletons in his closet as well. But again, I understand, ain't no motherfucker trying to get hit by they damn boo, or anybody else for that matter. Now, we got that angry ass Malik over there, child. He's just a fuming. He over on one couch, and then we got Jeffrey on that. Jeffrey look good too, huh? He is a cutie to me. How tall is he, y'all? Y'all know I always got to know how tall they are. So why are you guys on separate couches? Well, Malik explains to us that he loves Jeffrey, that Jeffrey was the reason that he came out of the closet. Jeffrey is the one that gave him all types of strength, but he has come to find out that they are not compatible anymore and that they will not be together anymore. Jeffrey was like, well, this is the first I've heard of it. I said, Jeffrey, you didn't think nothing by you sitting on one couch and him sitting on the other couch, baby? Well, Nina asked him, what's the problem exactly? Well, of course, Malik don't want to explain that. Okay, this is his privacy. This is his life. He chooses not to reveal that right now. I said, oh, Bobby, maybe you might have a chance back if you calm your ass down a little bit. The whole time that they talking to Malik, though, Malik is still quite, he just 2 puffs away from full-blown nostril flare. He's still crazy to me. I said, he 5150. Don't press the issue, Nina. If he say he don't want to talk about it, do not talk about it. When I look at Malik, I was like, that motherfucker, I don't know what he might do. Now, we start talking about the levels of gayness. Remember, I was talking about this in the review earlier in the season. I knew immediately the way that Malik was talking to Bobby. I said, there has got to be levels to this whole gayness. And you guys explained to me that you got your bottoms, you got your strong tops and your strong bottoms or something like that. And you got your, this one and that one. And, a person that looked like they might be a top, but they might be a bottom. And you got your verses and child, y'all gave me all kind of, you put the 411 out there for me. This was a chance for Malik to try to explain how he doesn't disrespect femme gays, because I guess that's what Bobby is. But when I really look at Bobby after a while, I was like, Bobby is not, to me, he's got some femme ways, but when I look at him, he doesn't 100% give me extremely feminine gay. Okay, so like I said, it's all these different, it's so many intricacies to this whole levels of the gayness. But they did confront him about that, and he said that he didn't have any disrespect towards the feminine type gay. To me, that you do. Okay, and even though you sit up here trying to talk about it like you didn't, it was very obvious and apparent throughout the season. And your ass saw it on TV and was like, well, fuck, I'm in a community and I'm talking about these people. Okay, this could be a problem for me. But again, I know it's still difficult for men to be in the hip-hop industry, in the music industry, and be gay. I would imagine it's not as bad as it used to be. But I'm sure there are still many times where, like Malik said, people won't want to be around you because then they'll be associated by being gay. Just by being next to you, you might get seated somewhere else and all of that. I mean, it's a whole bunch of shit that they still have to work out. All right. But Malik, all that bitch fest he gave us last season, and he just swore that everybody thought that he was straight all last season. Child, ain't nobody thought that but you. We got Amara La Negra up there. Okay, beautiful. Her makeup was beautiful. She had her hair braided. She was like, bitch, you ain't gonna be up here pulling my fucking wig or parts of my wig unit off. Whatever she got going on her head, she was just like, bitch, it won't be me today. So, honey, she had the French braids up into a chignon type bun on the top. And we had the conversation about Young Hollywood. Young Hollywood said they was started off on the wrong foot when Amara La Negra brought her mom to the meeting. Okay, Amara La Negra was like, I bring my mom to everything. I said, well, why don't you call your mom your manager? It's just a little different when you bring your mom to everything. And what is your mom there for? If she's not part of the business, she don't, you know? So, I was trying to understand that situation. They asked Trina, you know, have you ever took your mom to your meeting? She was like, no, I try not to have my mom involved because my mom is emotional and all of that. So, yeah, that ain't the time or the place for her. So, I guess it just kind of depends on the role that your mom plays in your career. So, I mean, I guess I could kind of understand one way or the other, you know, why you would not decide to bring your mom to this meeting. But clearly the mom is not operating as her manager. So, Young Hollywood was put off by that, but you know, he was like, fine, okay, we gonna hang, we gonna rock, we gonna roll, because he had talked to some people and they had wanted him to work with Amara La Negra, and so he said that he would. But then this is when the night took a turn. Okay, Young Hollywood just said that, you know, Amara La Negra was trying to make everybody hate him by making it be all about her darker skin and her hair, when, you know, he wasn't trying to make it seem that way. He was giving her a bit of advice, and all of a sudden it blew up into this whole other thing. All right, so then they start arguing back and forth, and in the argument it comes out that Amara La Negra and Young Hollywood had hung out originally in the beginning, and that she had been to his home, and he even said something about her laying on the bed. Okay, and he was just like, did you or did you not, you know, lay on my bed? Like, you was feeling a nigga at the beginning. Okay, you was trying to hang with me and all of that. Now all of a sudden you act like I don't like you, when we was kind of hanging tough and having a good time. You know, she was like, everything you say is gonna make everything look so bad on camera right now. I was cracking up because I was just like, now I done told y'all that I thought that Young Hollywood and Amara La Negra was giving each other the googly eye at certain moments in the show, right? Look, I was gonna really tease you guys, but you guys can't take it, okay? It's so many fucking people that are obsessed with Amara La Negra, and you guys have all made it seem like I don't like her. I don't not like the girl, but you guys act like the girl walks on water. It was obvious that, you know, they thought maybe at the beginning there could be something there, and then it turned out to be nothing, okay? And Young Hollywood did say some fucked up shit about her, and it grew and it grew and it grew, okay? But I thought it was funny that she tried to make it seem like she ain't never liked the nigga, and she was actually cool with him at some point. I think that Amara La Negra might have been hurt a little bit that she thought that they could have had at least some sort of, like, you know, hanging, you know, friendship, and then he was going back and forth with Veronica. Maybe that was more of why she was feeling the way she was, and it was just coming out as a tantrum all the damn time. Now, I don't like Young Hollywood at all, because I feel like Young Hollywood just goes back and forth and back and forth. He doesn't express himself well, okay, if he was really trying to make Amara La Negra like him. But yeah, I just thought that shit was funny when he was pointing out that, you know, she was feeling him at one point, because, child, y'all was so ready. Y'all was so ready to make it seem like she didn't never give him the time of day. But it's all good, you guys. So y'all quit acting like I don't like the dark-skinned black Latina girls. That is not it. I like Amara La Negra. She's just a little bit, you know, whatever. Anyway, that was the end of part 1 of the reunion. Alright, you guys, let me get off of here. Get on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.